Howdy you folks, welcome to another episode of Metalheads React to K-Pop. And before we get started, please check out my boy group, #Elevated's debut single, Just Friends. Link in the description below. We have a lyric video, it's on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. We really worked hard on this, so please check it out after you watch this video, of course, because this is actually a real good reaction, because in this video, Sebastian's going to be reacting to EXO's XOXO album. This is part 2 of it. He already reacted to Ground Wolf, so please check that out if you guys haven't. But in this one, I already watched this reaction for this part, and it's a pretty interesting comparison from old EXO to new EXO, so please don't miss it. And also check out Sebastian's band Mouthy Downtown, also on Spotify, link in the description below. They're pretty great. So, without further ado, enjoy the show.
What's good, my friends? Sebastian here for another reaction to some EXO. Now, before I get started, again, I've been saying it each video, please check out Elevated. It's Kevin's boy band that he's in, and it's really good, and they're on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, whatever platform you use, it's there. So, without any further ado, we're listening to the Korean version of XOXO. XOXO, there it is. Okay. Nice. Okay. This is probably the closest that I've heard to what they've kept to the new stuff. This right here, this fullness, orchestral almost. They did something like that in the last repetition. That was cool. That's a nice thing to carry this. Was that off beat? Was it like a slow down kind of thing and then it starts again? It felt like it. Wow. So even their rapping has changed so much. Like they just now carry this like testosterone filled like fear the power, you know, like, and here is a lot more laid back. Even though when they're laid back, it's still more driven now. See, this is not that it's not powerful here, not that he's not rapping well here. I'm just saying they've gotten this new energy that they feed to the audience in the new stuff. Okay. I definitely have something I think I have to say about this album so far, but I'll say it after this. Nice little lines of harmonies going on right over in the back here. Okay. Wait, no. I was already going to lucky, I had to pause it. So, the thing that I had to say, that I felt would be important to say, this is what I'm getting, this is my opinion on what this album has. feel like it's probably one of the most personal albums regarding the members. I can't. I'm going to elaborate to try and help you guys understand what I mean. All these newer albums that I listen to, they're amazing. They're insane. They're just full, huge, and this not just the singers here. It's all the production and all the music. You know, everything's just a freaking brick wall. You know, like it's like, oh, and you're just like, oh shoot. But I mean, like, I feel like that all these newer albums feature EXO's talent as a whole, because there's the music in the back that pushes that insanity that they carry, that pushes that like girth in their musical nature. Whereas in this album, I feel like it's more personal. So far, I felt more personal, as if there's more space in the music for us to be able to really just admire the voices of these guys, you know, because the voices still shine in their other albums, but it's as if this album has their voices as the centerpiece rather than a piece. And it just depends on what you're going for in music. Like sometimes that's what you want in your albums, in your songs. You know, you want the vocals to be right up here and the music behind to quite literally back you up. Whereas a lot of new contemporary music and their stuff, I think, sorry, this is gross. Anyway, in their new stuff, it's all just one round force, one brick wall. Like I said, it's all just coming at you really hard, and it's really amazing for the ears to hear, because it's that they use their vocals as instrumentation rather than the focus, you know. And I think that's something really important in music. You know, you don't have to, just because someone's singing doesn't mean they have to shine. Like, look at Radiohead. Radiohead is, you can barely understand what Tom York is singing when he's singing, and sometimes the vocals are very much held back for the sake of it to fit in as a whole. And I think that's what EXO is doing, just in a pop, K-pop kind of way. And I respect both of these things, but this is my opinion. I feel more space in this album. All right, before I rant too much, let's get to Lucky, the Korean version as well. Oh, that was loud. Oh. I realize there's a microphone that picks up everything, and you probably heard that clip. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. I'm picturing a cartoon world where I'm driving in this nice highway, but I'm not looking at it from the car. I'm looking at it from an out of perspective version, like out of my body, kind of like a game. Those are the colors going on too. It's not a true world I'm looking at. It's not real. It's a cartoon. This is the kind of color, the kind of vibe this gives me, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. Very vibrant. Nice. There was a bass right there. It was nice. That was a harmony. It was nicely mixed too. You couldn't really tell that it was there, but it just really helped push that. It's amazing how many harmonies happen without you realizing. You keep on realizing, like, oh, something's going on here, and my brain didn't pick it up. It just picked up that sounded nice. Turn this down. blasting on my headphones. You enjoy more at this volume. Okay. Now, rapping I think was closest to what they have now. So far from it, because even when he raps with that energy, it's so different, a little deeper. There was just some kind of like lightness that they have in this album and not in these other albums that I've listened to. It's pretty cool. Okay. No, don't play. Okay, there we go. I was gonna go to Baby Don't Cry. So what I noticed in this last song, Lucky, is there were some parts where my brain was registering these vocals as a female vocal. And see what you can do, and when you want to make some high vocals sound different, you can tweak the EQ or something. Maybe you can add an effect, maybe both. I mean, of course, you're going to tweak the EQ when you're putting something out, but they were so light, and I think that's what they were meant to do. They were meant to be very light, like that of a female vocal. And I mean, I listened more closely and I was like, oh, it just filled up that space that my brain thought it needed, because it's them, it's not there's not girls, unless there are. Go ahead and put it in the comments. I didn't know, but I mean, that's something that I think is really cool when because I've had to do that. I remember a song, I haven't put it out, but I mean, I remember writing, I'm like, we have to make my vocals sound whack. At one point I wanted to make my voice sound like a cello, and I had to tweak some stuff, and I think that's what they were doing here. And this was a very, very different song from all the album. And of course, they're all having their own kind of character, which is something that they always have kept to, because even now they do that. Regarding Lucky, I think that was the fullest that I've heard so far. Like the fuller, how I was talking about the roundness of just like a brick wall kind of thing? This one was the fullest. I think that one had the most bass all the way to treble and middles too. Everything was just pushing. And there was still some space. I could still breathe in that area without being just filled completely. I could breathe. But relative to the other songs that I've listened to so far, that one was probably the fullest sounding. And I wonder, I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 more songs. So I'm curious to see what the rest of the album will have. Will it be even more full? Will there be one that's a brick wall like I speak of, or do they all have that space to help their vocals shine the most? Well, that is my reaction for today, guys. I hope you guys had fun and that I could help you listen to things that maybe you didn't hear before, or maybe think about things that maybe you didn't think about before. You guys have a great day, week, month, year, decade, century. You stay safe, wear your masks, stay positive. God bless you all.
Thanks for watching, guys, and comment down below, how has the XOXO album affected you when it first came out, or when you guys first heard it? I know it affected me a lot because it gave me that nostalgia vibes, because it's like, old school R&B, old school pop and stuff that I grew up listening to, so it's very nostalgic. It makes me think of like Disney Channel, but a little bit more mature, I guess. And comment below, how does like their new stuff affect you comparing to the old stuff? EXO's new stuff, I mean. Comment all that down below. Detailed description. It helps the channel out a lot. And we upload every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. And so hit the subscribe, bell notification, and hit the like button. Helps us a lot. We need to grow. We've been at 18,000 for like a while now, so. Alright, thanks guys.